But we do begin with breaking news here at noon. The governor issues a new executive order expanding when you need to wear masks and what can happen if you don't. That new order says that you must now wear a mask in crowded outdoor spaces, and it also imposes a new fine if you are found to be non-compliant. It comes as Michigan coronavirus ticked back up, with more than 400 reported yesterday. Let's get out to our Sean Lay. He joins us now live. Sean, you've been following this issue of how to enforce the mask rules, considering that some people might have medical conditions and now businesses are put with that challenge.
You hit the nail on the head, Evrod. Businesses now asked to enforce the rules, not law enforcement, from this brand new executive order that came down just before 11 this morning from Governor Whitmer. We've been poring over every word of the order, and essentially it's saying businesses like this one, Jim Brady's here in Royal Oak, they're the ones responsible for making sure a person has a mask on. We just saw a delivery man come through this side patio door here with a delivery. He wasn't wearing a mask. The general manager simply said, "Sir, please look at the sign. You must have a mask on." He didn't want to wear one. He was very irritated that he had to kind of put a mask on. He kind of half-heartedly did so. And that's what businesses are up against here. Let's get to the meat of what businesses need to know now and what you need to know as you live your life. Now, the new rules here from the governor, the executive order, requires use of face coverings in crowded outdoor spaces. That's brand new. We have seen lots of protests in the street, people crowded up against each other. We have seen people partying in lakes up north, like in Diamond Lake, without masks on over the 4th of July weekend. This also expands the indoor public spaces requirement for masks. Businesses now, they have to refuse entry or service to people who refuse to wear a mask. They've become the mask police. The businesses have to enforce this new rule. There's a new $500 fine, making this a misdemeanor, a criminal act not to wear a mask. The fine for the person either not willing to wear the mask or the business who might let it go. This takes effect Monday after midnight. Here's the governor yesterday talking about masks and the importance of wearing one.
We've got to all work together to protect one another, and that means wearing a mask. Masks can reduce the chance of spreading COVID-19 by about 70%.
All right, so masks, certainly important. The governor is seeing that and making these new requirements with the executive order, but the Michigan Retail Association just putting out its statement on this, saying basically this puts retail employees in potentially dangerous situations when they're forced to confront unmasked customers. We're hearing the same thing from salon owners and from restaurant employees as well. So we're digging deeper into this. Evrod will be speaking to the governor later today and also have what she has to say about this and what businesses have to say about this coming up at 5 and 6. Back to you.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions about it, Sean. Thank you. Let's turn our attention now to the weather, a big topic today especially. New rain chances in the middle of the heat wave that we are seeing, and we're already seeing some warnings pop up. So let's check in with Paul Gross. He's in for Brandon this afternoon. Paul, bring us up to speed with the latest as we're seeing a lot of different colors behind you there.
Yes, the warning for Lenawee County, that expired on schedule at 11:45, but we just had literally a moment ago a new warning issued. So let's get right to Storm Tracker 4, and we will show you where that is. That box there, which encompasses parts of southeast Washtenaw County, parts of northern Monroe County, and parts of southern and southwest Wayne County. So let me first take off the lightning here, and I want to zoom in, and this is just a remarkable explosion of a cell here. Let's just zoom in this area right here. And you can see we might even be seeing some hail with that cell there. So this is a very severe storm. The primary hazard right now is a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. That's a damaging wind gust. The storms earlier in Lenawee County did down some trees in the western part of the county. So this certainly has that capability. And it looks like, in fact, let's just check hail here real quick and see if we're getting a hail signature. And it looks like we're not getting a hail signature. That's good news. That's just really intense rain. So we're going to keep an eye on this, and we will have an update for you coming up in just a little bit. But don't forget, the Local Forecasters app has live radar on it. It's in the palm of your hand. It is free. Just go to the App Store, search under WDIV. When you open up the app, tap on the radar button. You can pan and zoom the image and look at anything you want across the area. I'll be back with you in just a few minutes.
All right, Paul, thank you. Let's get back to the coronavirus here for a minute. The World Health Organization is now saying that airborne transmission of the virus is possible in certain circumstances. The group says that it has reviewed evidence of outbreaks in some closed settings like restaurants or clubs and during choir practice, let's say, when people are talking or singing. The agency says the transmission in the air cannot be ruled out, but they do say that more research is needed. This week, the Trump administration began the process of formally withdrawing the U.S. from the World Health Organization. And the U.S., however, just set a single-day record yesterday, more than 63,000 cases. Infection rates are soaring in states like Arizona and California and Texas, along with Florida. Hospitals there starting to be strained in states that are now considered hotspots. Sam Brock is in Florida for us this afternoon, a state that President Trump is going to be visiting today.
Florida in free fall.
Every day it seems like another record.
120 deaths reported Thursday, a new daily high, pushing Florida's fatalities beyond 4,000 from COVID-19. ICU bed capacity in Miami-Dade County, the epicenter of the nation's new epicenter, now at nearly 92% and rising.
We're full. If you come through the ER right now, when you're admitted, somebody has to figure out where's that bed going to be.
While sending around 100 nurses to Miami-Dade to provide backup, Florida's governor downplaying a potential hospital crisis.
If you look at kind of what's going on, they have a lot of capacity in terms of beds, but particularly in some parts of the state, they have seasonally less staff now.
State data shows nearly half of Florida's intensive care units are at least 90% full as COVID testing lines bend around blocks. And the nation's top infectious disease expert highlights a harrowing fact.
When you look at California, Arizona, Texas, and Florida, they're accounting for 50% of the new infections.
With that oversized piece of the COVID pie, Disney World is set to reopen Saturday after a 4-month shutdown. Mixed reactions over that decision. Annual pass holders allowed inside the park on Thursday for a preview. Popular characters keeping their distance. Temperature screenings, face coverings, and social distancing, now all part of the most magical place on earth.
At the Miami Beach Convention Center, lines of cars stretch around the block here of people waiting to get tested for COVID-19. This on the heels of a staggering figure Thursday. Across the state of Florida, for the first time, more than 1 in 5 people who were tested came back positive for COVID-19. In Miami Beach, Sam Brock, NBC News.
In other news this afternoon, 2 women and a child had to be rushed to the hospital in a hit-and-run crash on Detroit's west side. Police say a white Infiniti was driving west on 7 Mile right near Greenfield overnight when it hit a car pulling out of a gas station. And we know that 2 women were critically hurt and a child is in stable condition at the hospital. The driver got out of the car and we're told ran from the scene. All right, we've got a weekend traffic alert for drivers on I-75 in Oakland County. Starting tonight at 11, I-75 between 8 Mile Road and Square Lake Road will be closed for crews to demolish the Bernhard Avenue pedestrian bridge. Now, during the closure, all traffic will be detoured to Woodward Avenue. And then starting tonight at 9, both directions of I-94 from I-75 to Gratiot will be closed. Everything is expected to be back to normal by Monday morning's commute. Today, several attractions within the Detroit Cultural District are set to reopen, and some of those include the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History, the Detroit Institute of Arts, and the Michigan Science Center. All of these locations will require visitors to wear face coverings, and they will also promote social distancing and will encourage cashless and touchless transactions when possible. It's one of the biggest things weighing on families right now. What happens to the school year? Up next, we have a look at how schools around the world are working to safely get kids back in the classroom. But first, new video showing the moments before Glee star Naya Rivera went missing on a California lake. We have an update on the search as well when we come back.